Welcome to topic 4.1.4, use relative, absolute, and mixed references. So, a reference is a way to refer directly to a cell. If you do not put dollar signs in front, we get what we call a relative reference. So let's say we want this cell to equal 48, and we already have a 48 on our spreadsheet. We can put the equals for the formula and click on the 48. This is now filled in A4 because the cell we clicked on was column A, row 4. It just says A4. That is a relative reference. If we copy and move it down one, it will update that reference and now refer to A5. If we move it one to the right, it's now referring to B4, which currently is empty. If we add something to B4, it appears where our formula is. But we don't always want that. Sometimes we want to keep it as an absolute reference. Sometimes we want this to equal 48 everywhere. The way we can do that is by putting a dollar sign in front of both the column and the row. If we only put it in front of one or the other, we will get the mixed references that we talk about shortly. But if you put it in front of both the column and the row, no matter where we paste it, we get that same value. If we come back to cell A4 and replace the number in it, every cell that has a formula pointing to cell A4 is automatically updated to match. Sometimes you want mixed references. So let's do a more concrete example of building a multiplication table. So let's say we want to do our single digit numbers. I'm just going to delete any contents that are more than 2 digits up here. Because then when I double click, it will resize it into a much smaller area. And just to make this easier to track, I'm going to put in some borders. So now we have the basic makings of a multiplication table. We can fill it out ourselves, but that's filling in 100 cells one at a time. Let's do it more quickly. We know we're always going to be multiplying the number directly above in row 30 with the number to the left in column A. So we will have the data in row 30. So in this case, $30 says we will be looking at something that's always row 30, and right now we're looking in column B. That's the column we're in. We can multiply that by the contents of column A, and we'll want at column A every single time, row 31. We don't have a dollar sign in front of the 31 because it won't always be row 31. Now we can copy and paste this formula. We can also see that there's a little blue square in the bottom right corner of our cell. That's a fill option. If we drag it right, it'll fill that formula all the way right. When we drag it down, it'll fill that formula all the way down. And we see here, this has constructed a multiplication table for our basic multiplication facts from 0 to 9. And we were able to do that by putting in mixed references. As we click in different cells, we notice that the first number is always row 30 in the current column because we have that dollar sign in front of 30. And the second number is always row A with the current row because there's only a dollar sign in front of that column A.